Hello everyone, my name is Brandon Niebuhr, and today, before we get started, I just want to do a really brief activity with the audience. I want everyone to close their eyes and just imagine a criminal. It doesn't have to be any specific criminal, just a criminal, really general. Okay, now imagine the criminal in a jail. What does the jail look like? What is the criminal doing? Just think about the surroundings. Try to imagine that. Alright, great. Now everyone can open their eyes again. Now, what did you see? Maybe a man in an orange jumpsuit. Maybe he was just sitting around on a bench that's considered his bed, looking all depressed. Maybe he's eating really sloppy food, cleaning a toilet in a really dark and cold place. Right? Yeah. So that's a really preconceived notion that we all have of what jail is. And that is what society wants us to believe. Jail is not supposed to be a great place to go to. But when you have stories in the United States about people like homeless people committing a nonviolent crime, like maybe, for instance, breaking into a gas station after it closed, total nonviolent crime, and they sit around there, police come and arrest them, they go to jail because they just committed a felony. But really, they did this so they could sleep for free, they could eat for free, get their laundry done, shower, have a place. That life is better than the life that they have. And that is a reason why we need reform in the penitentiary system, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So we're going to talk about three main points with reform. And we're going to talk about cost, we're going to talk about recidivism rates, and we're going to talk about the overall structure of the jail system. So dealing with cost, we'll start off with. In the United States, it costs about $38,000 per year for just one person to stay in jail. And that's just the average across all the states in the United States. Some states are more, some states are less. So $38,000 a year, that is more than the average American even makes in a year. And that's what's being spent on one person per year with the taxpayer money. So now we'll get into recidivism rates. And basically this is a concept that it's a statistic that analyzes the reconviction of criminals after they've been released out of prison. And after 10 years of being released, it's nearly at 75% of people recommit a crime and go back to jail. So that's a really big deal. And lastly, we're going to look at structure. And this is the heart of reform, is the structure. So there are people that, there's a lot of states where if you have a gram of weed on you, that's a felony. You can go to jail for almost 3 years for that. So you have a dumb college kid doing something really stupid, and they go to jail for 3 years. Not only is that costing over $100,000 per year, but you're also mixing a nonviolent criminal with someone that could just need stuff like rehabilitation, education, things like that, and put them into a system where they assimilate with criminal culture, with murderers, rapists, people that commit like real harsh, violent crimes. And that's the major issue in the penitentiary system. That's what we need to reform, is the structure. So you can't do that. You need alternative options for people that commit nonviolent crimes. So like I said before, more rehab centers, more education opportunities, parole officers, all those kinds of things. And sure, that costs money too, but it does not cost $38,000 for one person to have a parole officer go to their house, or to put them into a class with other nonviolent criminals to make them all better. There's a lot of ways that we can reform this, and it all starts with looking at the cost of it, the recidivism rates, and the overall structure of it.